Hey everyone, so it's been a while since I posted a video about Las Vegas, but my latest video, if you did not see, is me skydiving. That was just too cool not to post right away when I got the video. That I'm gonna make a video talking about that experience, but I did want to make another video about Las Vegas. I want to talk about Lake Meade and kind of about where we stayed. Original plans was to stay at the Riverside Casino, and my uncle had stayed there in the past. There was no issues. This time, however, we parked there. We were there for a couple hours, and come nighttime, once we were settled in and had our curtains and everything up, then the freaking security guard came over, knocked on our door, and told us we couldn't park there anymore. My uncle actually has like it's an actual camper van, kind of like an RV, and he asked the guy, what about the RV parking? And he said no, RVs and stuff aren't even allowed to park here anymore. But he told me that vehicles are not meant to be slept in. Only campers and RVs and semis are meant to be slept in, and that's why I couldn't stay there. So he told me and my uncle two totally different things, and we had to quickly try to find a new place to stay. We pulled out our phone and we used our apps, and we could not find anywhere. What ended up happening is we went to the Hoover Dam Lodge, and it's a giant parking lot there because it's connected to the lodge and a trailhead, and also to helicopter rides. And the first night we didn't have any issues, and we saw that there were other campers there, so we felt a little bit more comfortable. And sure enough, we were allowed to park there overnight. We spent maybe 4 or 5 nights there. So we did spend every single night on our Vegas trip there. No problems. There were people there before us that were there when we left. Like I said, campers, full out RVs parked there. No problems at all. What I wanted to talk about is the trail. I got some of the information here. It's a 6-mile hike, and it actually connects to the Hoover Dam. So I actually hiked the entire trail, and you can actually see Lake Meade and the national park there. We did go into the national park, but it wasn't really worth it at the time. There's a couple spots where you could like stop and look, scenic spots, but nothing too crazy. I mean, you could see the lake without having to go in the national park. And there are kayak launches. There's a marina down there. But if you don't have a boat and you don't want to swim or anything, it's really not worth going into the national park and paying the money for. Back to the trailhead though. I hopped on there. It is a 6-mile hike, and it's actually on like an old railroad. It goes through 5 different tunnels that were dug and blown out for trains to actually carry construction supplies to the Hoover Dam. And along the way, you can actually view what they call the Hoover Dam boneyard. It's a bunch of supplies that haven't been used, so they go there, and then they're transferred somewhere else to be recycled or reused. That way, the taxpayers that paid for the Hoover Dam, it actually saves them a little bit of money. One thing I did love about the trail is the mountains. You could see the marina. The tunnels are really cool, but the mountains are just looking, especially at night, if you go by the marina and look out, across Lake Meade is a mountain, and the sun sets perfectly on it. Beautiful view. Beautiful view. Warning about the tunnels, though. It says that bats can be found in tunnels 1, 2, and 3 between May and early October. And it is dark in those tunnels, and walking back right before sunset, it was iffy. I definitely freaking sprinted in some spots because it is extremely dark in those tunnels, especially when you're getting close to sunset. So basically that is kind of Lake Meade and where you could stay. I had someone asking about overnight locations in Las Vegas itself. The Hoover Dam Lodge is about a half-hour drive from Las Vegas. So I'd recommend just staying there. Less people. Like I said, campers and RVs there, so you don't have to worry about someone coming knocking, telling you to move. None of that. But we did not stay in Vegas at all. People were asking about stealth camping. We didn't want to risk it. It's just, especially on the weekend, how crazy traffic can be. You can be stuck in traffic for a very long time if you do not leave early enough. Circus, like I said in my other video, has free parking. I recommend just parking there and taking the transit bus around the town. I guess on the southern end, we did see a spot that allowed overnight parking, but everyone on the app said that if you wish to do that now, you actually have to call way ahead of time and make reservations with security, and that the reservations and the spots are very quickly filled up. So if anybody wants to go to Vegas and wants to do similar to what we did, I recommend just staying at the Hoover Lodge, and that way you're close to the Hoover Dam, you're close to Lake Meade, you're away from traffic and all of that, though. You're relatively close to Vegas. If you want to go in for a day, you could leave in the early morning and spend the entire day there. What I did is we left about 10 o'clock in the morning and we went into Vegas, and I left around 11:30 at night. At that point, there was practically no traffic on the interstates. Vegas itself was crazy busy with traffic, but on the interstate, especially really close to Circus, it was a quick, easy in and out. So I just wanted to make that video, and I will go in more depth on the Hoover Dam and the bridge there in my next video for you guys. So stay tuned for that one.